Hi everybody, and welcome into Serene Stadium, where tonight the Greer Yellow Jackets start the 2020 football season with a 34-17 loss to the Greenville Red Raiders. The Jackets van jumped out to an early 3-0 lead. They moved the ball down the field in their first possession, got a field goal by Honeycutt to take a 3-0 lead. Greenville tied things up. E.J. Bradford, a long kickoff return, put the Jackets in scoring position. A good catch by DeArmond, a good throw by Crosby, and then a 1-yard run. The Jackets were in business, leading 10-3.
Jackets looked good early on. They did start a lot of those drives kind of behind the chains with some negative plays, but they were able to overcome that with the short passing game. The big kickoff return really set the table for the Jackets to get that early lead against the Red Raiders.
Yeah, Greenville tied it up at 10. In fact, it was 10-10 midway through the second quarter, and that Greenville defensive front really began to take its toll on the Jackets' offensive line. In the backfield on many of the plays, they scored a couple of times before halftime to take a nice lead into the locker room, and more of the same in the third quarter. The Jackets just couldn't hold them out of the backfield.
Yeah, that late there in the first half, about the last 3 minutes, they just pounded us real good there and got that halftime lead, and then again the second half they did the same thing. It was the defensive line doing a great job for Greenville, getting in the backfield, making things tough. Hollis Crosby had the dislocated finger, and we had to bring in Darius Griffin, who's had limited snaps during the preseason due to the short time and everything. They didn't really think he was going to have to play a whole lot, but he stepped in and did an admirable job. But it was a big night for that Greenville defensive line for sure.
Yeah, Greenville began moving the football in the third quarter, built up a 34-10 lead, but as you mentioned, Griffin led the Jackets on a late touchdown drive to make the score 34-17, but Greenville closes it out with a win in game one. It was a region game, so the Jackets are now swimming uphill a little bit in the region. We'll be on the road next week against the Belton Honeypath Bears.
Tough way to start. Coach Young talked about it. We got to go find what we did good and keep doing that, make it better, and find the things that we're not doing good and not do those. And so that's what the Jackets will do. They got a lot of new coaches, and you can see the enthusiasm on the sideline. Those guys are going to get it done. Tough way to start the season, but it's great to be playing some football. So we're looking forward to getting out to Belton Honeypath next week and hopefully getting our first win of 2020.
Thank you to everybody that listened and everybody visiting the website. We'll talk to you next week from BHP.